Hey everyone, my name is Stephen Vey, if we haven't met before, and this is my channel Lifting Your Listing, where I talk about concepts about real estate, buying, selling, whether or not you're selling your home as a for sale by owner, or perhaps you're an agent looking to learn more about the business. Just talk about all sorts of concepts and try to provide you value in your journey in real estate. So today I'm going to talk about a concept that many people might not think about, and it's something you never want to forget when you're in the home selling process, and really when you're selling anything. And I can sum it up in one sentence: what would a buyer think? If you've seen the thumbnail for this video, that's what I'm talking about. What would a buyer think? And so that's going to be the subject of today's video. And so anytime you are going to do something where you put a product or service out there in the marketplace, one of the first questions you have to ask yourself is, what would a buyer think? Where are they coming from? How are they shopping? How are they going to find my product or service? And so when you're thinking about these things, it helps give you a better perspective, helps you be more objective, and helps you stand out in the marketplace. And so I want to talk to you about a few things when it comes to that. So one major thing you want to understand right off the bat is, if you are selling a piece of real estate, especially if you're selling a home, the buyer for your home, it's possibly and most likely going to be the biggest purchase that they make in their whole life. And so it's a really big decision for them, and it's something you want to understand. You want to understand it because you want to understand their mindset. You want to understand the emotional journey they're going to go on, and then also through that perspective, you're going to be able to understand how to head off at the pass some of the potential issues that can come up in the sales process of your home. Okay. And so a buyer and you as a seller, when you're selling real estate, goes through a journey of 3 different sales of your property, not 1, 3. Okay. So everybody basically gets the concept of your home. A buyer has to come look at it, fall in love with it enough to put an offer in that you're willing to accept as a seller. And that is the first time your home has to sell, the offer. We also have 2 other sales, and I call them the inspection and the appraisal. Those are the 2 other times that your home has to sell. So one thing you understand, especially with a first-time home buyer, is that it's a huge emotional roller coaster. So when they first see your home and fall in love with it and place an offer, they are on the emotional high. Okay. But then it comes time to get your home inspected, and almost every buyer is going to want to look under the hood and find out what they're buying, because remember, this is the biggest purchase of their life, most likely. Okay. And then, so this is where it can get tricky. Because every inspection report I have ever seen is 50 to 70 pages long. An inspector is going to find every little thing wrong with the home, and every home has things wrong with it. Okay. And so this is where it kind of takes the buyer off of cloud 9, and they start to see the reality of what it's going to be like to own a home, all the little things they may need to upkeep or repair if they purchase your home. And so what would a buyer think? All right, you can head this off at the pass. So if you're selling a home and you know it may have some issues, or you're curious if it does, before you put your home on the market, consider doing a home inspection yourself. Get it pre-inspected. And if the inspector finds anything that you're willing to go ahead and repair yourself up front, when you put your home on the market, now you can say, we've got an inspection done. These issues were taken care of, and a buyer is already in a place of confidence that you had you looked out for them right from the get-go and tried to address any issues that may be going on with your property. This also helps you, because it helps you from getting blindsided when it comes to the inspection period in your contract. Okay, so that's a great thing you can do to help you get through that second sale of your property, the inspection, because what can happen if a buyer gets your home inspected and they get a little bit scared about the results? A couple things, right? They may ask you to come up out of pocket to repair a bunch of things. They may ask for a discount, or worst case scenario, and this has happened to me personally, the buyer may simply back out and not buy your home. Okay, so That's how you can head that off at the pass, but you just want to make sure you're ready for it. What is the buyer going to think? What's the emotional journey that they're going to go on? And what can I do as a seller to help combat those things and be prepared myself? Okay. So another thing you want to think about is basically comparison. When a buyer is home shopping, they are making comparisons just like they would compare anything else in the marketplace. So let's say if I was talking to you as a friend and we were talking about some product we were purchasing, say a notebook, and I told you, I got this notebook for $1. It was a great deal. What am I really saying? Okay, I'm not necessarily saying $1 is always a great deal for an item if I got it for $1, right? I'm saying that compared to other notebooks I could have purchased, I feel like I got a value for $1. Does that make sense? Okay, so buyers are going to be doing the same thing when they're looking at your home. They're going to compare it to other homes that have sold in the area that are similar to yours. And they're also going to compare it to other homes they could buy right now on the market instead of yours. And so when you are analyzing what price you should put your home out in the marketplace, you have to think like a buyer. What is a buyer going to do when they're shopping for homes? And so what you want to do is look through the marketplace, see what is sold, see what you're competing against, and position your home in the market so that your home becomes the obvious choice to buyers. Everybody wants to come see it and potentially competitively bid on it, okay? So remember where the buyers are coming from. And when it comes to positioning your home in the market, I actually made another video about that, and I'll put a card in this video linking to that video on my channel. And this is a concept called price bracketing, okay? So something else to take into account is that what's a buyer doing when they're searching for homes? They're searching generally for certain stats, maybe a certain number of bedrooms and baths, but especially they have a budget, right? There's only so much cash they have, and there's only so much a lender's going to loan them. And so they're going to search in a range of value, okay? So let's say your home was worth, you analyze the market, and you think your home's worth somewhere between $245 and $255, okay? Well, something to think about here. Buyers are searching in brackets, and common bracket lengths are chunks of 100 or 50,000. They often end in 50,000, divisibles of 50,000. What do I mean by that? Well, you might have buyers in your marketplace looking anywhere between 200 and 250,000, and then you might also have a bunch that are looking from anywhere from 250 to 300,000. Okay, so if you think your home's worth somewhere between 245 and 255, you might consider go ahead and pricing it right at 250, not 249.9, not 250,500, 250 even, because then what happens? Remember, what would a buyer do? They're searching in these brackets. So you get everybody looking from 200 to 250 and everybody looking from 250 to 300 seeing your home in their home searches, right? So these are some things to think about. What is a buyer doing in the marketplace? How are they thinking? What's their emotional journey? What can I do to account for that? And so put yourself in a buyer's shoes. Just a few things to think about. And one other thing to think about for yourself as a home seller, all right? I definitely encourage people, if you can sell your home for sale by owner without an agent, and I have some videos on my channel here to give you tips on how you can do that. If you can pull that off and actually put more money in your pocket, more power to you, and I get it. If you're in a situation, though, and you're interviewing multiple agents, one thing you might want to consider is what is, comparison, right? Buyers are looking and comparing homes, and they're getting a feel for the way they're marketed before they even go to see the home, right? The first impression is the most important impression. And so if you decide you're going to hire an agent to market your property, consider this. Many of them are going to discount their commissions. They'll say, I'll do it for less money. And that is a potential red flag for you as far as the way your home is going to be represented in the marketplace and how buyers will compare your home to other buyers. What do I mean by that? Okay, well, I'm just going to explain real quick how commissions work in our industry. So a pretty average commission, what you'll see a lot of realtors ask for is 3%, okay? 3% of the purchase price. goes to one agent. If there's two agents involved, it's going to be 6. Okay, but one agent generally gets about 3%. Now, this is a negotiable fee, and I want to make sure you understand that up front. It's just a common fee that's asked for. Now, if it were 3%, this is kind of how a realtor is going to divide that income up. First of all, 1% goes to their broker. Okay, that is money that the agent simply isn't going to see. When the sale closes, 1% of their commission goes right to their broker. Okay, the second percent they're going to use to feed their family, pay their bills, and pay their taxes. Those two things are going to happen no matter what. So the third percent is what's left over to market your home so that buyers out there in the marketplace see it and fall in love with it and want to come see your home above others. Okay. Now, let's say an agent is willing to sell your home for 2% commission on their end, or even 1%. When we're talking about these percentages of their commission, which one do you think they're going to cut from and cut corners on when they're marketing, when they're putting your home out there, right? The broker's got to get paid, and you know that agent's going to take care of their family. So that leaves the marketing for your home. And so when buyers are looking for your home in the marketplace, you'll often find that the agents that are out there, the professional ones that ask for more money, get better results and ultimately will net you better bottom lines on average. So if you're interviewing agents, the one major thing I would encourage you to ask for, so you can make some comparisons and not just buyers out there, is what is your average list price to sold price ratio? It's a great thing to ask too if a flat fee brokerage comes and asks you to list your home for you. They may only charge a few $100, $1,000, whatever, to put your home out on the MLS. Find out what is their average list price to sold price ratio. Many of them have really bad ratios, and some of them only have a 50% success ratio in even getting the home sold at all. So something to think about when buyers are out there looking in the market. What's going to catch their eye is a well-marketed home. And so, like in anything else, you get what you pay for. All right. So make sure you are comparison shopping just like the buyers are, so that your home is well represented in the marketplace. I hope that all made sense, guys. Remember, if you're going to sell your home, never forget this. What would a buyer think? Keep that in mind throughout the whole process, and you're going to have a lot of success. All right. Well, if you have any questions about any of that, or have any aha moments or any comments you'd like to leave, go ahead and drop them down in the comments section. Would encourage you, please give a like to this video if it was valuable to you, and consider subscribing to my channel for future content. All right. Talk to you guys later.